lips look so dark in the camera. Oh my god. That was rude. Wow. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a fab day today. In today's video, I thought that we could do a makeup kit for like beginners in makeup. So I know that like starting out with makeup can be a little bit daunting if you go into like Superdrug or whatever and you're like, there's so much makeup, and if you don't really have a clue what brands are good and what brands aren't that good, it can be a little bit like, damn, I've got no idea what I'm doing. This is pretty much going to be a drugstore makeup starter kit. So if you are new to makeup and want to know what brands I think you should be getting and are really good, especially for beginners, then just keep watching and hopefully that this video is very, very useful for you. So I've shoved it all in this makeup bag. I know that this probably looks like there's so much makeup in here, but I've picked out a few multiple different like items, so you wouldn't need all of this. But first things first, you need a primer, or to be fair, no, first things first, you should really moisturize your face. Obviously make sure your face is clean, but moisturize your face, because even if you've got oily skin, you need to moisturize, because obviously it's good for your skin. It's going to keep your skin nice and fresh, and it helps to prevent wrinkles. Can't stress that enough. And yeah, it's just going to help with your makeup application as well. If your skin is feeling great, it's going to help you out, you know. So moisturize, you must moisturize. Then we can go on to primer. So let me just dig through this bag. So the primers from the drugstore that I would recommend, a primer water, just because it's very easy to distribute it all over your face and it's so quick. You can't really go wrong with it. I mean, you can't really go wrong with primer anyway, but you know that this is going to get everywhere. And get one that's like, it gives you a little bit of a tack. So I would really recommend the Nip and Fab one. Primark also do quite a good one. I'm trying to think of some others. Anyway, the Nip and Fab one is actually really, really good. And if you want something that's gonna like that's gonna like blur your pores and stuff like that, I would recommend the PS Prep and Perfect Matte Oil-Free Primer from Primark. It's not technically drugstore, but it is so cheap. It's just obviously going to help to fill in all those pores, and it's really going to mattify your skin. So if you are oily skinned like me, this could really help for you. But I only really use this in my T-zone because that's where I'm most oily. Also, don't be afraid to use two. So I would normally use something like this in my T-zone, and then I would use this like as an all over kind of thing. But you can also get creams as well. Barry M do some good like cream primers. Revolution do some amazing primers, but I don't have any of them with me at the minute, so these are the two that I'm going to recommend for you. After primer, me personally, I do my eyebrows whilst it's like soaking in. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I've watched videos like this before, like when I was starting out with makeup, and everyone said to steer clear from pomade, so I never brought any, but honestly, I find pomades the easiest to use. So I would recommend the Revolution brow pomade. These are actually so good, because it's not like too creamy where like it just goes everywhere. It's also not really waxy where it just kind of sticks. It doesn't dry down too quickly, so you've got plenty of time to work with it, and I just feel like it's a really good pomade. I've been using it all the time lately. But if pomades aren't really your thing, I would recommend a brow, like a skinny micro brow pencil. This is just from NYX. It is the NYX micro brow pencil, and obviously you just take, that's the wrong side, you just take your lid off and it just rolls up like so. These are really good. I do feel like I get through these a lot quicker, but that's because I like quite a strong brow, hence why I like the pomade. But these are really good products to use. If you are using a pomade, make sure that you use most of the product in like the tail of your brow, because that's where you want it to be the most dark, and then don't go in with any extra product to do the front of your brow. Just use whatever's left over on the brush, because you don't want like thick brows like all looking the same colour, because no one's brows look like that. So just a little tip with the pomade. And also I do my brows before foundation because if I go wrong, because that was rude. I do my brows first because if I go wrong, sorry, there's like a hair on my nose, it's really itchy me. If I go wrong, you can just clean it up with a face wipe and it's done and dusted, and then you go around it with foundation and concealer and whatnot, so it's like nothing ever happened. But you just do have to be careful if you do brows first. So next up for me would be foundation, and I've picked out two for you, I think. Yeah, they're not varying in coverage. See, I'm a full coverage kind of girl. I don't really have anything that's like light coverage or medium coverage. I am full coverage, that's kind of it. But if you like full coverage just like me, the foundations that I would recommend for you, first things first, if you want something that's going to cover everything, like this will cover everything on your face, it's just going to look like a blank canvas, this is the new you. I would recommend the Maybelline Super Stay Foundation. This stuff is amazing. I have it on today. If you have spots, if you have redness, you need this for full coverage. Like, oh my god, it is amazing. It's got quite a good shade range too, I'm pretty sure this has got a really good shade range. So I have got the shade 36 Warm Sun. Obviously this is not my natural foundation shade. It is for when I am tanned. It is actually a little bit dark for me even when I am tanned, but I just use like a foundation lightener to lighten it up. But yeah, this is a good foundation. My fave. And then if you want something that is even cheaper than that one, this is such a cheap foundation and it is so good. So it's by The Ordinary and it is the coverage one, I'm sure. Yeah, the coverage foundation. Mine is so beaten up. Like, look how empty this poor guy is. You can't even see from there. I'll show you the back. This is like £6, I think. You can get it on Beauty Bay. You can't just get it in any like normal drugstore shop. But it is so cheap that I feel like I couldn't not mention this. This has got such good coverage as well. I really like the finish of it. It is like matte, but it still has a little bit of like dewiness to it, which I like, because obviously I am oily. I prefer a matte foundation, but I don't always just want to look like there's nothing in my face, you know what I mean? So this foundation is really good for that. This one is like completely a matte finish. If you want to look like you do not have any oils in your skin, this is the one you want. But if you want to look like you still have a little bit of life in your skin, this one is a really, really good one. I think this one is like, how much are you? Like £11, £10, something like that. This is at £6, so both really good. So next up we have concealer, and I have two for you. I have the Radiance Reveal by Bourjois, and I have the Revolution Conceal and Define from Revolution. These are both really, really good. This one is amazing for coverage. This one is also really good for coverage, but not as good as this one. This one, well, both of them will not set into your fine lines. Like, I don't find that with me anyway, and I actually do have quite a lot of fine lines under my eyes. I feel like it's because I squint. I don't know why, but I always do. None of these set into my fine lines, which is amazing. They both set down really nicely with powder. This one is more of a matte finish, 100% more of a matte finish. This one still looks a little bit like dewy under the eyes, but once I powder it down, it's just slick and done kind of thing. These are both really, really good. I obviously use concealer to cover up any dark circles under my eyes if I'm not sleeping well, which with a baby, them early mornings can kill me, you know. And then I also use them to cover up any blemishes or anything like that. So if my foundation's not like covering it, that's what I use concealer for. Next up is setting powder, and to be honest, I wish I had the Rimmel London Stay Matte powder. I have the solid pressed powder, but I actually wanted the loose one because that is my favourite. It has like a blue lid and obviously the loose powder at the bottom. That one is such a good drugstore powder, and it's super cheap as well. I'm pretty sure it's anywhere between like £4 and £6, I think. That one is amazing, and it literally just makes you look matte 100%, but it makes you look like kind of airbrushed. I really, really like it, but I don't have it with me, so I thought I would mention this. This is the RCMA No Colour Powder. I love this stuff. It's a bit of a pain because of the packaging. I usually tip it into like an empty Rimmel London loose powder pot, but this is what it comes in. This is like £13, but you get so much product in this. I've had this for ages and there's like hardly any of a dent in it. This is going to last me ages. Again, you can get it on Beauty Bay, but this literally, it mattifies your skin so nicely. It's so finely milled, and it literally, it will keep my O's intact all day. Any creases or anything like that that maybe left in my concealer, it doesn't stick in them. It just kind of helps to blur them out. Honestly, I cannot recommend this powder enough. I used it the other day and I have not stopped using it since, because it is one of my faves. So if I do not have the Rimmel London one, this is the one I will go for. Cannot recommend those two enough. They are amazing. Obviously, you use powder to set your face, make sure like all of your foundation is going to stay put where you've put it, because obviously you don't put all that work in for it to just melt off your face, you know. So that is what you are going to use your setting powder for. Next up in my routine would be contour. Now, for a beginner, I would 100% stay clear from contouring. I would more bronze, which is what I kind of used to do anyway. So I would really recommend getting a palette. I like the Nip and Fab one. It's amazing. Obviously, you've got 3 different shades you could use, which is why I would recommend a palette, as if you pick out a shade, you're not gonna really know what shade matches you until you use it. I still have this problem to this day. I know roughly what kind of colours I want, but it doesn't matter. Something can be really pigmented and you just can't get it to work for you. So getting a palette is such a good idea, because if one of the shades is bound to work, even if you have to use like a really light hand. So getting a palette is just something I would recommend to you, and I just would bronze instead of contouring. I still don't even really contour to this day, because it is kind of hard, especially if you are pale skinned like me. Contouring can sometimes look really muddy no matter how lightly I do it, so bronzing is definitely something that I would recommend more than contouring. And if you're more into like a shimmery kind of look, like not matte and not like, no one's skin is like matte, if that makes sense. So kind of using something shimmery can make it look a lot more natural. So I would recommend the NYX No Filter finishing powder. This is in the shade Golden, and it has a clasp, so I can't open it properly. So I've opened it and stuck my finger in it. Fantastic. But this is what it looks like, and hopefully it comes across on camera, but it is like shimmery, not like shimmery as in like a highlighter. It's just got a little bit of a sheen to it, which I really like. I feel like it just makes you look kind of naturally sun-kissed. I don't know how to explain it, because obviously it's got that little bit of a sheen. It looks like skin kind of thing. Honestly, that one especially is one of the best ones I've used. But using a shimmery like bronzer can look amazing, because it just makes it look more natural basically. And then onto blushes. The 2 that I've been loving is the Milani Luminoso blush. This has got like a little bit of a sheen to it. It's kind of pink but more on the peachy side. And then this is the bless me. This is the Max Factor blush in Lovely Pink. You guys know I use this like quite a lot in my videos. I love both of these. I prefer blushes with a bit of a sheen. I don't really like matte blushes because I don't feel like they look like natural. Like, I know I don't look natural, but I know what I mean. Like, it looks less obviously like makeup. It just kind of makes it look like you've got nice little slightly blushed cheeks. One thing I would say, do not get a blusher that is too dark, because if you put a blusher on and you've got like big fat pink cheeks, it's just not gonna look natural, and it's not gonna look like seamless. You want your makeup to kind of look seamless, do you know what I mean? And yeah, I feel like shimmery blushes really help achieve that look, and these 2 are just some really good ones. You can get this from like Superdrug and Boots. You can get this one from Beauty Bay. Really good ones. And then highlighters in general, the brand that I can recommend to you the most about highlighters is Revolution. They just have highlighters down to a T, but the one that I cannot recommend enough, hopefully the camera angle hasn't changed too much. My boyfriend's family just come to see us, so I didn't want to sit up here and film. So hopefully the camera's not changed too much, and I can't remember where I left off, but I feel like it was highlighters. So yeah, Revolution highlighters in general are really good, and one palette that I feel like is one of the best for you to get starting out in makeup is the Revolution and Soph highlighter palette. You get like such a variety of shades in here. You've got your like lighter ones here, and then there's also some like golden ones. You've got your like slightly more colourful ones here, like your lilac and your pink, and then you've got your deeper darker ones here. I feel like this palette is actually so good for so many different skin types. You kind of can't go wrong with it, and this is only £8. So £8, 8 highlighters, it's £1 a highlighter. You really can't complain at that price, and honestly it is such a good palette. Like, I cannot recommend this palette enough. One of my faves. Repurchasing it all the time. Whenever this palette runs out, gotta get a new one. Honestly, this is one of the best. But if you don't want to get a palette, Revolution highlighters are so good. They're so cheap and you really cannot go wrong with them. So I either do my eyeshadow after I do my eyebrows, or usually when my full face is done. But next we shall do eyeshadow. And for like beginners in makeup, like, it can be a bit daunting. Like, eyeshadow can be daunting, and don't feel like you have to do it. But if you are going to do it, the palettes that I would recommend for you are the Revolution Reloaded palettes. They're £4 and you get so many shades. So just for example, this one here is like a slightly warmer one. You get 15 shades in this palette. You don't get a mirror, but that you can't really expect too much. The palette itself is £4. You're getting 15 shades, sorry, and that is just like insane to me how many shades you actually get for £4. And they're really easy to use too. They're not the most crazy pigmented eyeshadows ever, but they're still so good for the money. They do take a little bit more building up than like higher end eyeshadow palettes, but honestly for £4 I cannot recommend these palettes enough, especially if you're starting out in makeup, because it gives you something that's cheap and affordable, but it's still really good. Like, it's still got really good quality. And if you do have like a little bit more of a budget, Revolution do really good eyeshadow palettes in general. So if you wanted to get something a little bit more expensive from them, I still think they're only about like £10, I think, like £10 to £15. I really don't even think they're that expensive. They're probably like £8 or £10, I really don't know, but they're really not expensive. Like, let's say the most they are is £15. It's really not expensive. The palettes themselves are actually really good. They're not like crazy pigmented, but they are really good for the money. Like, I cannot praise Revolution enough for especially their eyeshadow palettes and their highlighters. They're honestly amazing. So if you can hear a load of kids shouting in the background, I can't help it, but hopefully it's not too loud. So then once I've done all of like that business, I would set my eyebrows. You can use just this in general for your eyebrows. It's just a tinted brow mascara, so you literally just put your brows how you want them, and then they're not going to move all day. This is just the NYX one, the NYX tinted brow mascara. This is one of my favourites. I really don't go for anything else because this is just so good. It really keeps my brows down in place exactly where I want them, and it tints them too. So, well, no, it doesn't tint them like permanently, but like it's got a colour in it. So if I'm having a lazy day and I just want to wax some of this through my brows, I can do that. So yeah, if you're a bit scared on like drawing your actual eyebrows on, getting a tinted brow mascara is actually a really good shout. Then I would usually set my face. I always set my face before I apply mascara, just because then it's not going to like transfer because the mascara is like wet again. So obviously I would set my face and then apply mascara once it's all dry. So this is the one that I've been loving lately. It's the Matte Setting Spray from Primark. It's so cheap and really good, to be honest. I use it every day. Obviously it is only £4, so I'm using it every day. It's not really gonna break the bank. Plus, because it's so affordable, I spray this stuff like it's going out of fashion. I literally absolutely drench my face with this. You're not really supposed to. You only really need probably like what? I'd say probably 6 sprays. Like, I know you're not actually supposed to use that much, but I literally use about 10 to 15 sprays because I don't want my makeup to move. But yeah, you literally probably need about 6 sprays. So they do last a really long time. Another one that I really like are the Revolution ones. Who else does really good ones? Oh, L'Oreal has a really good one too. But yeah, just a setting spray, would highly recommend, because another thing that a setting spray should do, if it is good, it will take away any like powder look on your skin. So like obviously I use a lot of powders on my face, so applying a spray afterwards kind of melts it into your skin kind of thing and makes it just look a lot more like natural, like in your skin. You guys hopefully know what I mean. I picked 2 mascaras. These are just 2 that I go back and forth between. So I've got the, wow, I've got the Soap and Glory Thick and Fast mascara. You guys would have seen this loads anyway. I literally use this in like almost every video because I just love it. It makes my lashes go super, super nice, long and voluminous. Curls them quite nicely. I love this one. This isn't like super expensive. I'm actually not sure how much it is now off the top of my head, but I repurchase this a lot. But if you do want like a really cheap mascara, if you have a Primark near you, this one's really good. It's the Fake It Mascara. It's £2.50. It's so good. I've got it on my lashes now actually. I do have to use like more coats of it, but it does the job and it's super, super cheap. I know Essence does really good mascaras too. So many people rave about Essence mascaras. I've actually never tried them. I do want to do like a full face of Essence, but I've just not got around to doing that yet. So if you want to see that, let me know in the comments. But yeah, Essence do really good cheap mascaras. This is a really good cheap mascara, and this is a really good cheap mascara. So that's that bit for you. And then in terms of lips, I feel like lips are like the easiest thing for you to like judge what you like for yourself, because you can just swatch them on your hand and you kind of will know if you like it or not. So some brands that do some really good ones is NYX. They do amazing lipsticks, especially their suede. This is the NYX suede lip I have on today. It's super dark. Actually kind of makes the eye look a lot darker too, which I wasn't intending on doing. But yeah, that was that. The NYX liquid suedes are one of my favourites. They're like matte but really comfortable. They have like the NYX lip lingeries. They're really good, but they are really drying. So if you've got like quite dry lips, they might not be too great for you. But they do also the soft matte lip creams. They're so good. They have really nice lip glosses too. It depends what you're going for. Revolution do amazing lipsticks. I've got a few from Revolution now. They do liquid lipsticks. They do like bullet lipsticks. Honestly, Revolution is just like your friend when you go into the drugstore. They've got so much stuff and it's so cheap but such good quality. You can't really go wrong with a bit of Revolution. The Maybelline Superstay lipsticks are actually really good as well. So there's plenty for you to go for. Give them a quick give them a quick swatch on your hand, see how they feel, see how you like them, and then voila. So that was everything for today, you guys. I really hope that this was helpful for at least somebody. I just know that when I was starting out with makeup, like it was a nightmare because there was so much stuff, and Revolution wasn't really around when I started like doing makeup. It was, but like it wasn't in like drugstores and stuff. It was just like coming in. So Revolution is going to help you out a lot now. But yeah, when I first started doing makeup, it was so stressful, like walking in and there's just so many different brands, and again, you just don't know what's good and what's not. So hopefully this will help you a little bit, give you a little bit of an idea of what I think is good. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a like and leave me a nice comment down below in the comments. If you are not subscribed to me already, please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more videos by me. Don't forget to follow my socials, they're all down below, and I shall see you all in the next video. Bye! Plus a lot was going on, couldn't stop it at the time. Dad tried to flip the house. Funny that it all ended upside down. Known for being